Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good morning to you all, and do you agree with me that Bob does a terrific job for the arts community across the United States? Welcome to the House of Representatives on behalf of Speaker Boehner of Ohio and Majority Leader Cantor of Virginia. I welcome all of you to our home today. We are in an historic room, the Cannon Caucus room. I believe that Cannon and all of the beautiful architecture of the Capitol is really a national treasure. Last night, many in the room joined as Maureen Dowd delivered the Nancy Hanks Lecture at the Eisenhower Theater at the Kennedy Center. And my wife Heidi and I were there. And let me say to those of you who joined us, what a wonderful lecture by Maureen Dowd. Maureen really gave us a tour de horizon of modern culture in the United States and its influence on the arts, all the way from Mr. Smith Goes to Washington to House of Cards. Now you decide for yourself whether we who serve in Congress are more similar to Jimmy Stewart or Kevin Spacey. I would say that Maureen Dowd could be likened to the wonderful character in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, the intrepid Jean Arthur, who did such a marvelous job with Jimmy Stewart. Let us recall, ladies and gentlemen, the great work of Nancy Hanks, who was the second chair of the National Endowment for the Arts. First, her work when she was an aide to Nelson Rockefeller when he was part of the Eisenhower administration in the 1950s, before he became governor of New York, and later, by appointment of President Nixon, fearless in her advocacy for the arts. And that is why the lecture is named in memory of Nancy Hanks. And incidentally, Nancy Hanks grew up in Montclair, New Jersey. I thank all of you from across the nation for being here, and as you meet with your members of the Senate and members of the House of Representatives, and certainly I congratulate Senator Brown on receiving the award this morning. My wife Heidi indicated that she's a great fan of Connie Schultz, the senator's spouse, and he is to be congratulated. I also want to thank those who are here from the state of New Jersey, including Anne Marie Miller, the executive director of Art Pride New Jersey, and all others from New Jersey. Louise Slaughter and I chair the Arts Caucus here in the House of Representatives. It's a demonstration that New York and New Jersey work together. And it's a demonstration of bipartisan cooperation. I am the majority at the moment, and certainly Louise has been involved over her distinguished tenure in the House of Representatives. I have great respect for the arts, for the cultural and historical importance of the arts. And I appreciate the fact that its significant role in crafting what is the American nation is essential to that nation. As you know as well as I, more than 3.35 million Americans are employed by the arts, a larger workforce than the legal profession, the medical profession, or agricultural workers. Over 900,000 U.S. businesses are involved in this industry, and certainly cultural tourism accounts for much of the travel in this country. The National Governors Association and the U.S. Conference of Mayors have recognized the enormous value of the arts in our communities and regional economies, and that needs to increase as we move forward. Let me say that I will work with Louise to make sure that your community is funded appropriately as we begin negotiations regarding the federal budget. We in Washington have a federal budget that operates from the 1st of October through the following September 30th, and we're now about to engage in discussions on fiscal year 2015 to begin on October 1st of this year. And I hope that you will reach out not only today and this week as you are in Washington, but as we proceed in our appropriations negotiations moving forward. The document for the new fiscal year beginning the 1st of October probably will not be enacted into law until sometime in September. Your advocacy has always been firm and resolute, and please continue the good work. I have stated before at events like this, and I repeat here this morning, the words of John Kennedy, spoken a month before his death, on Saturday, October 26, 1963, for the groundbreaking of the Robert Frost Library at Amherst, a very distinguished piece of American architecture in a building with a great portrait of Robert Frost, painted by the American portraitist James Chapin, who was a friend of my parents. Speaking at the groundbreaking, and this is now more than 50 years ago, John Kennedy said that, "I look forward to an America which will reward achievement in the arts as we reward achievement in business or statecraft. I look forward to an America which will steadily raise the standards of artistic accomplishment and which will steadily enlarge cultural opportunities for all of our citizens. I look forward to an America which commands respect throughout the world, not only for its strength, but for its civilization as well." Ladies and gentlemen of the arts community across the United States, here in the year 2014, I look forward to an America which commands respect throughout the world, not only for its strength, but for its civilization as well. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.